This to be considered and acted upon. We're going to move one item, which is 08-009 to the first item of new business, and that is a motion to allocate up to $7,300 for the purpose of providing basic functionality for data, voice, and video needs in the municipal meeting room in the new library, with funds to come from the general government capital improvement budget. Have a motion to open. Second. A second. All in favor? Aye.
Let me start, and Mr. Pienkos is here, so Mr. Manito. Mr. Pienkos is the town's Information Services Director. When the library project was originally contemplated, there was obviously a meeting room as part of the plan. The Library Building Committee has done some extra work in order to put conduit in and to do the basic things that the building required in order to run data wires and things like that into the building or into the room and from the room to other places. While it's still unoccupied and while the move is not yet full over there, we thought that the appropriate time to do the wiring and all the things necessary to integrate the building into the communications network would be the right time to do this. Mr. Pienkos can explain exactly what we're trying to do. There's going to be two parts of this. One is to wire the potential functional for now and the future, but also we'll have a capital request of equipment in the capital budget when that comes out. But in order to get the room so it's functional, so those things can happen, we felt now was the time to do that while the building was unoccupied, and there's not going to be hustle and bustle in the building on a day-to-day routine. So, Mr. Pienkos, you can explain, if you don't mind, what we're doing. We can go from there.
Well, as Mike mentioned, it's kind of a multiple-phased approach. The room has the conduit under the floor, and there's boxes in the floor, but the wiring throughout the room isn't actually in place. So this would entail wiring the room up for audio and data and for video, and then also connecting the room in the meeting room onto our wide area network. What we would do is hire Pascoag Utility District with their people, their equipment, to use our fiber optic cable that we have from another project. They would string that up the street and connect the current library as well as the meeting room and the new library onto our network. And then also in the capital budget, there are a couple of other items that deal with monitors to go up on the wall. The room does have or will have a drop-down screen in it that's from the Library Building Committee as well as an overhead projector. They've taken care of those two items.
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Pienkos? Mr. Blais?
Yes. Would this in fact be town equipment then?
Yes, it would.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Tim. If it's town equipment, would that be subject to go out for bid?
What's the purchase?
Basically, anything under between 1,000 and 5,000 is minimum of 3 quotes. Anything over 5 is a formal bid. So this has several different functions in it. Whether anything equals 5,000, I'm not sure yet. But at a minimum, we would get quotes, I guess.
Yeah, at the minimum, you get quotes, and if you're looking at it in the aggregate, go out for bid.
We understand that.
Would it be prudent to make a motion that we send this out to competitive bid at this time?
Well, I think the administration, you appropriate the money, and I think they comply with the bidding requirements. I don't think they need to specifically direct it.
But if we don't have the bid amounts, how do we appropriate the money?
Well, you set an amount of money, and then you ask that the bids come in below or no more than.
This is not any different than any capital project. We estimate what we need. We ask you for the money. We go out to bid, or we do what we need to do. And if we need something more, we'll come back to you. If not, with any appropriation, we'll do the work. That's any project, any normal capital program in anything we purchase is subject to bids, we follow the rules for that.
Can I assume that the estimate is $7,300?
Yes, that's about 5 different items that comprise that.
Right. No, I read it. I make a motion that we appropriate $7,300 to complete the data, voice, and video needs for the municipal meeting room at the new library. And at this time, we recommend that it come out of the general government capital improvement budget. That'd be the budget to be raised.
Second.
Have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
What's the matter?
Are you opposed or?
No.